When you think about him, he's the best shooting 7-footer in league history. I don't think there's any argument. And he's won this competition.
He finishes the round with 17 points. I'd say he handled that round pretty well, guys.
Kevin, I think he'd be real pleased with that score. I mean, it can always be a little bit higher, but that was plenty good.
Yeah, I agree, Clark. He's probably happy with it. Not ecstatic, but, you know, he did his job and put up a pretty good number.
So it's Trevor Ariza ready to go. A score of 18 or higher is what he needs. No easy task here. Pressure's on. Gets the money ball. 14 points is his total as the round comes to a close. And here we go with Freak. Wrapping up the qualifying round, he knows there's nobody coming after him. He knows the score to beat.
And to get to the next round, he'll need at least 18 points. He'll need to be at his very best to top that score, guys.
Uh-oh.
Can't get the money ball. 1 point. That's 2. He comes away with 4 points on that wrap. He's got 5. Now with 6. He can only afford 2 more misses. Now 9 points.
He has to get a strong finish here. This is where he needs to show that clutch instinct.
He's made all but one of his money balls. And he's done. Out.
Yep, he won't have enough to make the next round.
Nope, just wasn't falling for him here tonight.
Ran out of time there. He's got 12 points to show for his efforts there. There was just something off about him in that round.
Well, we kept waiting for that point where he'd get hot and rattle off a few in a row, but it just never came.
Reddick's got the best score in the qualifying round, guys. I'll bet he's excited for the finals.
And just amazing scores up to this point. I mean, these guys have pushed each other to new heights this year. I love it.
Well, this is what you hope for coming into the shootout. There's great shooters at the top of their game battling it out.
So, Dirk Nowitzki's ready to go. By going first, he can put a lot of the pressure on the guys behind him. He posts a good score.
It's all about establishing the rhythm early on and then keeping it going throughout the round. Am I right, Steve?
Oh, yeah, for sure. If you get off to a slow start in this competition, Clark, you're in big trouble because the clock starts to tick. You start to panic a little bit. You start to rush. You really need to find that groove early, and then you can gain your confidence and let it roll.
That gives him 12. Notches 13.
And a nice run here from Dirk.
5 big points on that rack alone. He knocks down his 5th straight. He finishes off the round with 19 points. Boy, he looked great out there, didn't he?
Yeah, it was a great finish to the round for him. He just got better and better as it went along.
So it's J.J. Redick ready to go.
You definitely want to try to get up.
And here we go with Paul George. He knows how many points it's going to take to be crowned the champion. Let's see if he can get it done.
You know, this is really a very unique experience for the participant. You're on your own out there. Nobody can help you. And every eye in the arena is focused on you.
You're right, Clark. It's totally different from a regular game. You're the only person out there. You're firing shots left and right. It's different, and you have to adapt to that different experience and make it your own if you're going to win.
And that about does it.
Too late to make up ground now.
Yep, out of reach.
Ends and he's got 19. And as we close out the Foot Locker three-point contest, we can safely say that one man shooting tonight was absolutely remarkable. this year's champion, J.J. Redick.
Such terrific sharpshooting on display. You never know who's going to take the crown.
And the crowd here loving it too. And I'll tell you what, we've got some pretty good seats here, guys. I feel like I relived it all over again.
And from all of us here at 2K Sports, we're thrilled to have brought you this year's three-point contest. This is Kevin Harlan, along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, saying so long and thanks for watching.
We want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand.
The cult of
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Denver Nuggets as they go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Checking out Cleveland, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And with a few moments here, we've seen a lot of coaching turnover. When you played, Shaq, what did you like in a coach, and what set the good ones apart?
Well, my coach had to be a triple OC. He had to be over calm, over cool, over collective. Especially with all the media whirlwind in L.A., Phil Jackson is that guy. He kept things cool and
It's time for some hoops at Pepsi Center, home of the Nuggets, and we're going to bring it to you live on 2K Sports. And as we start... the weekend here on this Friday night. 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. And the Nuggets on friendly ground as they continue this homestand. Things have really gone south on them. Over the course of the last 7 games, they've gone 1-6.
And when I look at Denver, they weren't part of the discussion of teams on the rise as we came into the year. And now, quite frankly, we know why. If anything, they've taken a step back.
Yeah, and that's got to be terribly discouraging for them. I mean, I know how badly they wanted to contend for a playoff spot, but it's just not happening.
A look at Cleveland's starting group. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Irving is out there with Brooks. And it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Brooks. That's in there. Love with the assist.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Here's Barton. Drills the three-pointer. Barton's got 5 now.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Now let's find out what head coach Mike Malone had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
Team rebounding is something he stressed to his side, and rightfully so when you face a player that gobbles up the glass like Kevin Love. He told me that Love rebounds at an unreal rate, and his side can't take any mental breaks when it comes to boxing out on the defensive end. Love's numbers validate that fear, guys.
Thanks again, Doris. And so here's Denver. Following the miss by Freak. A floater, and good on the basket. Booking. 7 points in the game.
The defender was spinning around like an agitator in a washing machine after that crossover.
I think you're right. Looks a little bit dizzy after that one.
Irving. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
The Nuggets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Barton kicks to Mudiay. Pass to Barton. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Cavaliers have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Now here's Irving. A 32-point game for him in the win against Charlotte.
And boy, did he have it going offensively. He lived at the line during that game as well, and that's where he got a lot of those points.
The Cavaliers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
And he sinks the second. Cleveland on defense. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
They drew a lot of fouls in their games, guys, and then that was the one area that really stood out when you watched it.
Just lacked discipline defensively, Greg. I mean, that's why they got a lot of 3 points at the charity stripe.
The shot's good from Fareed.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Brooks setting the pick for Irving. Snatched away. And the Nuggets pushing it up now.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Last outing for Denver, they won that game against New Orleans.
And what a heck of a performance for them, particularly offensively. I mean, there were stretches of that game where everything seemed to be falling.
Ball movement was superb, majestic, and they got good shots and they made them. So it wasn't a surprise, but the ball movement was the key.
Nuggets have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Mudiay kicks to Chandler. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Pass to Barton. Just 5 on the clock. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Barton's got 11.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out. Oh, an illegal screen there, one of the toughest calls for an official to make.
And it is one of the toughest calls, but most of the time they do a good job with it, and you have to appreciate how officials get that one right more times than not.
Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Denver. Harris comes in for Will Barton. The Cavaliers trailing. Wallace with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against Charlotte. Kicks it to Brooks. Shoots the three. It's hauled in by Harris. For Denver, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. He dishes it to Fareed. Moutier pass to Bogut. Feeds it to Moutier. And stolen by Irving. It's deflected. Tries it from 19, and it's Brooks that time on the assist by Irving. Brooks has got his second bucket tonight, and making connections is always good in any business, and the NBA is no different. From what I've heard, Clark, Freak has done a good job of reaching out to his peers all over the NBA.
I think that's an example of Freak just having a good head on his shoulders and knowing that taking the time to get to know others in the business has its benefits.
From long range, we've got a set of point guards here that have been extremely hot. Those are their